In the quiet village of Amityville, New York, stands a house so infamous it has become a symbol of American horror lore. But what truly happened inside its walls? A gruesome murder, tales of demonic forces, and a media frenzy that sparked decades of books, movies, and controversy. Today, we unravel the chilling truth behind the Amityville Horror, separating fact from terrifying fiction. Was it ghosts, demons, or simply an elaborate hoax? Join us as we step inside the infamous house where one family's terror became a pop culture phenomenon. This is the real story behind the Amityville Horror. Our story begins on November 13th, 1974. A 23-year-old man named Ronald Butch DeFeo Jr. quietly entered a bar in Amityville, Long Island, and made a shocking declaration. Police raced to 112 Ocean Avenue, where they discovered a horrific scene. Inside, they found 6 members of the DeFeo family: Ronald Sr. and Louise DeFeo, along with their 4 children, all shot execution style as they slept in their beds. It was a massacre that sent shockwaves through the quiet neighborhood. But how could this have happened without neighbors hearing gunshots? And why did every victim appear to be lying face down in bed, undisturbed? Ronald DeFeo Jr. was quickly arrested and eventually confessed to the murders. During his trial, his defense argued insanity. He claimed to hear voices urging him to kill his family. Yet prosecutors painted a different picture. A young man fueled by resentment, drugs, and a desire for money from a life insurance payout. In the end, the jury rejected his insanity plea. While the case seemed closed, the story of 112 Ocean Avenue was far from over. Because just over a year later, new residents moved into the DeFeo house, and their experience would become one of America's most notorious tales of paranormal terror. In December 1975, George and Kathy Lutz, along with Kathy's 3 children, purchased the house for $80,000. A bargain, given its bloody history. Despite knowing about the murders, the Lutzes believed they could create a happy new life there. George began waking at 3:15 a.m., the supposed time of the DeFeo murders. He claimed to feel cold and possessed, as though something sinister was taking over him. Strange noises echoed through the house. Green slime oozed from walls and keyholes. Clouds of flies gathered in rooms despite the winter cold. Kathy said she felt physically attacked by unseen forces, and even levitated in bed. Doors and windows slammed shut on their own. A mysterious red room was discovered in the basement, which the family believed was a portal for evil spirits. Perhaps the most disturbing claim came from George, who said he saw a demonic creature with glowing red eyes staring through a window at night. Fear consumed the family. After just 28 days, The Lutz family fled the house, leaving furniture, clothes, and even food on the table. They would never spend another night at 112 Ocean Avenue. Their story would become the spark for one of the greatest horror legends in American history. It wasn't long before the case caught the attention of Ed and Lorraine Warren, America's most famous paranormal investigators. Ed, a demonologist, and Lorraine, a clairvoyant, claimed that the house was infested with a powerful demonic presence. The Warrens conducted a seance inside the home. Lorraine later said the house radiated an overwhelming sense of evil. During their investigation, they captured chilling images, like a photo of a young boy with glowing eyes peering out from a doorway. The Warrens' involvement catapulted the story into the national spotlight. Publishers, filmmakers, and journalists all wanted a piece of the haunted pie. Thus began the legend of the Amityville Horror. In 1977, author Jay Anson released a book titled The Amityville Horror, based on the Lutz's story. The book became a bestseller and terrified millions. Audiences were horrified by scenes of bleeding walls, demonic pigs, and George Lutz's descent into madness. 2 years later, Hollywood released the Amityville Horror film, further embedding the story into American pop culture. Box office success turned the Amityville house into a tourist attraction and an enduring symbol of supernatural terror. Over the years, countless sequels, remakes, and documentaries kept the legend alive. But was any of it real? Or was it all an elaborate hoax that spiraled out of control? As the years passed, doubts began to surface about the Lutz's claims. Investigators and journalists discovered inconsistencies in their story. Neighbors reported they never saw or heard anything unusual during the Lutz's time in the house. Police records showed no calls about paranormal activity. Green slime? Never documented. And that mysterious red room turned out to be nothing more than a small storage space under the stairs. Even the photo of the ghost boy was later suggested to be a staff member accidentally captured during filming. Critics accused the Lutz's of fabricating the story for profit. Legal disputes ensued between the Lutz's and other involved parties, including their own lawyers and writers. George Lutz always insisted his family genuinely experienced something terrifying. But skeptics believe they were inspired by the DeFeo murders and sought fame and financial gain. To this day, the truth remains murky. So what happened to the Amityville house? Owners have remodeled the iconic windows to make the house less recognizable. Multiple families have lived there since the Lutz's left, and none have reported supernatural events. Real estate listings make no mention of ghosts, just a beautiful home with waterfront views. But for many, the legend endures. Tourists still drive by, hoping for a glimpse of evil lurking behind the walls. And filmmakers continue to churn out movies inspired by the supposed haunting. The Amityville Horror has become more than just a story. It's a modern American myth. The tale of the Amityville Horror remains one of America's most notorious haunted house stories. It's a chilling blend of true crime, supernatural claims, and pop culture spectacle. Did the Lutz family truly experience unexplainable horrors? Or did they craft a story that captivated the world? Perhaps we'll never know. But one thing is certain. The legend of Amityville has secured its place among the most iconic urban legends in American history. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe for more dark tales and urban legends from America's haunted past.